the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hope that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Thunder and Vixen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each tiny hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had slung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up in a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Bye.
Christmas! Merry Christmas!
What's all this racket about?
Merry Christmas!
By golly, you're right. Merry Christmas, Mary Ann.
The same to you, Pat.
Come on now, children, and we'll all see the Christmas tree. There it is. Here, Tommy, here's some things for you, and here's yours, Patsy, and here's a lot for you, Danny, and there's yours over there, Mickey. Now all take your presents and enjoy yourselves. Hey, Mary Ann, there's one thing I like about a Christmas tree.
And what's that?
The color of it.
Oh. What's that thing Danny's playing on?
That's a Jew's hat.
A Jew's hat. Take it away from him.
Oh, my, here Patsy played the drum.
Oh, he had the makings of a great musician. Oh, my, see the face Mickey makes playing the piccolo.
He's trying to pick a low note on it.
Oh, oh, he plays very well for having such a cold.
Here, Danny, give your father the fiddle and I'll play a tune for you.
Ah, that's right. Play a tune and we'll have a bit of a dance.
I will. Now. How do you like that, Mary Ann?
Quite hot. More power to you. Ah, tis fine.
You're the great dancer, Mary Ann.
Ah, sure I am.
Oh, my, look at Danny. Look at Danny. Here, boys.
Oh, don't stop them, Pat. Let them have their fun.
I'll not stop them, Mary Ann. They can blow the house down as far as I'm concerned. But I was going to say, your Uncle Mike's outside with the sleigh. Who wants to go with him?
I do.
Well, go on then. Giddy. And there they go.
Ah, they're happy today, Pat.
Mary Ann, if I were a millionaire, I'd give them everything in the world they wanted.
I'd give $1,000
You'd give $1,000, Mary Ann, for what?
to be a millionaire.
Joyful and I am? You've heard of me often. Some say I'm a sham. But most of you know that cannot be true. For every Christmas you've seen what I do. And now you not only know just what I do, but you hear my old voice as I'm speaking to you. Who is it, you say? Hush. Close all the doors and I'll tell you a secret. I'm old Santa Claus. Perhaps you're curious to know why I hide in this phonograph, for I'm right here inside. I'll tell you, my dears, if you give me your word that you won't tell a soul about what you have heard. You've seen Santa's picture quite often, I'm sure, with his great big white whiskers half down to the floor, and his ruddy red cheeks, and his jolly old smile, and often you wished you could see him a while. But children, though I'd love to come out of this box, I'm really afraid to, because of the shocks that all of you'd get if you saw me come out. Why, you'd all run away with a terrible shout. My beautiful whiskers are black with the dirt, and the dust's in my eyes so that both of them hurt, and my lovely red robe with its trimming of white is as black as the black of a black winter's night. And it's all because I have to climb down the many long chimneys you have in this town. Before I can possibly come out and greet you, I must take a warm bath, and then perhaps I'll meet you. Don't think that I mind getting dirty like this, for it's something I'd really be sorry to miss. I have to go down all these sooty old places to bring gifts to the children and smiles to their faces. But before I get out and disappear soon, I'll give you a treat. It's a bit of a tune that I'll play on my chimes that I've got with me here. So listen, dear children, to some real Christmas cheer. There now, how did you like that? Well, now I must be off, if I can ever get out of this box. There, my, that was a tight squeeze. Come on now, up, Prancer. Way, good night, good night, good night.
Father calls me William. Sister calls me Will. Mother calls me Willie. But the fellers call me Bill. Mighty glad I ain't a girl. Rather be a boy. Without them sashes, curls, and things that's worn by Fauntleroy. Love to chunk green apples and go swimming in the lake. Hate to take the castor oil they give for bellyache. Most all the time, the whole year round, there ain't no flies on me, but just for Christmas, I'm as good as I can be. Got a yaller dog named Sport. Sick him on the cat. First thing she knows, she doesn't know where she is at. Got the clipper sled, and when the kid goes out to slide, long comes the grocery cart, and we all hook a ride. But sometimes when the grocery man is worried and cross, he reaches at us with his whip and larrups up his horse, and then I laugh and holler, "Oh, you never catch me!" But just for Christmas, I'm as good as I can be. Grandma says she hopes that when I get to be a man, I'll be a missionary like her oldest brother, Dan, as was ate up by the cannibals that lived in Ceylon's Isle, where every prospect pleases and only man is vile. But Grandma, she has never been to see a Wild West show, nor read the life of Daniel Boone, or else I guess she'd know that Buffalo Bill and cowboys is good enough for me, except just for Christmas, when I'm good as I can be. And then old Sport, he hangs around so solemn like and still. His eyes, they seem a saying, "What's the matter, little Bill?" The old cat sneaks down off her perch and wonders what's become of them two enemies of hers that used to make things hum. But I am so polite and tend so earnestly to biz that Mother says to Father, how improved our Willie is. But Father, having been a boy himself, suspicions me when just for Christmas I'm as good as I can be. For Christmas with it lots and lots of candies, cakes, and toys was made, they say, for proper kids and not for naughty boys. So wash your face and brush your hair and mind your P's and Q's. And don't bust out your pantaloons and don't wear out your shoes. Say yes, sir, to the ladies, and yes, sir, to the men. And when they's company, don't pass your plate for pie again, but thinking of the things you'd like to see upon that tree just for Christmas, be as good can be.
Shepherds and watchers still. Behold the flocks of our shepherds tell, the faith we hold and the love we bear. Lo, we are shepherds the same as they, who kept the Christmas of yesterday, of yesterday. Who rose at even and followed fast a golden path of a priestly song. Beside old memories watching here, this holy night
glow of the sacred sign as the shepherds of ancient line.
We rise to follow.
We rise to follow.
One land might be.
One land might breathe and pay the watchers across the sea.
We rise to follow.
We rise to follow and home we bear
Our gifts of
our
incense.
gifts of incense.
And
With the rest beside the blessed sky
Of the Christmas
of the Christmas tide. For in the roof of the homeland park, we still keep faith with Christmas, with the Christmas star. And love is master, and love is all. Tonight, wherever in grace shall fall, shall fall.
It's Christmas Day in the workhouse, and the cold bare walls are bright with garlands of green and holly. The place is really a pleasant sight, for with clean-washed hands and faces in a long and hungry line, the paupers sit at the tables, for this is the hour they dine. And the guardians and the ladies, although the wind is east, have come in their furs and wrappers to watch their charges feast. Oh, the paupers are meek and lowly with their thank ye kindly mums. So long as they fill their bellies, what matter it whence it comes? But one of the old men mutters, then pushes his plate aside. Great God, he cries, but it chokes me, for this is the day she died. The guardians gazed in horror, and the master's face went white. Did a pauper refuse their pudding? Could their ears have heard aright? But the pauper sat for a moment, then rose with a silence grim. But the others had ceased their chatter and trembled in every limb. Then he looked at the guardian's ladies, then eyeing their lords, he said, I'll eat not the food of villains whose hands are foul and red, whose victims cry for vengeance from the dank, unhallowed graves. Oh, he's drunk, said the workhouse master, or else he's mad and raves. Not drunk nor mad, cried the pauper, but only a hunted beast, who, torn by the hounds and mangled, declined your vulture's feast. I don't care a curse for the guardians, and I won't be dragged away. Just let me have the fit out. It's only on Christmas Day that the black past comes to goad me and prey on my burning brain. I'll tell you the rest in a whisper. I swear I won't shout again. Keep your hands off of me. Clasher, hear me right out to the end. You've come to see how paupers the season of Christmas spend. You've come to watch us feeding as you watch a captured beast. Hear why a penniless pauper spits on your paltry feast. Last winter, my wife lay dying, starved in a filthy den. I'd never been to your parish. I came to your parish then. I swallowed my pride in coming, for ere the ruin came, I held up my head as a trader, and I bore a spotless name. I came to your parish craving bread for a starving wife, bread for a woman who'd loved me through 50 years of life. And what do you think they told me, mocking my awful grief, that the house was open to us, but they wouldn't give out relief. I slunk through the filthy alley. 'Twas a cold, raw Christmas Eve. The baker's shops were open, tempting a man to thieve. But I clenched my fists together, and holding my head awry, I came to her empty-handed, and mournfully told her why. Then I told her the house was open, She'd heard of the likes of that, for her bloodless cheeks went crimson, and up in her rags she sat crying, "Bide the Christmas here, John. We've never had one apart. I think I can stand the hunger. The other would break my heart." All through that eve I watched her, holding her hand in mine, praying to God and weeping till my lips were salt with brine. I asked her once if she hungered, and as she answered no, the moon shone in at the window, set in a wreath of snow. And she rose to her feet and trembled, and fell in the rags and moaned, "Give me a crust, John. I'm famished. For the love of God," she groaned. I rushed from the room like a madman. I flew to the workhouse gate, crying, "Food! Food for a dying woman!" And the answer came, "Too late! Too late!" And they drove me away with curses, and I fought with a dog in the street, and I tore from the mongrel's clutches a crust he was trying to eat, back through the filthy by-lanes, back through the dirty slush, up to that crazy garret, wrapped in an awful hush. My heart stood still on the threshold. I paused with a sudden thrill, for there in the silvery moonlight my Nance lay cold and still. Up to the blackened ceiling her sunken eyes were cast, and I knew on those lips all bloodless my name had been the last. She had called for her absent husband. Great God, had I but known! She had called in vain, and in anguish she had died in that den alone. Yes, there in a land of plenty lay a loving woman dead, cruelly starved and murdered for one loaf of your parish bread. I came to your gates last Christmas. I crave for a human life. You who would feed us paupers. What of that murdered wife? There, get you gone to your dinners. Don't you mind me in the least. Think of the happy paupers eating your Christmas feast. And when you recount their blessings in your smug parochial way, just tell what you did for me, too, only last Christmas Day.
Shepherd, show me how to go o'er the hills I see, how to gather, how to sow, how to feed thy sheep. I will listen for
Christmas literature worthwhile has been drawn from the same source. The source of inspiration of this Christmas poem and of all other worthy Christmas literature is in the following familiar extracts from Bible literature. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. And the shepherds came with haste, and found Mary and Joseph, and the babe lying in a manger. Behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. And lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. There's a song in the air, there's a star in the sky, there's a mother's deep prayer, and a baby's low cry. And the star rains its fire while the beautiful sing, for the manger of Bethlehem cradles a king. There's a tumult of joy o'er the wonderful birth, for the virgin's sweet boy is the Lord of the earth. Aye, the star rains its fire and the beautiful sing, for the manger of Bethlehem cradles a king. In the light of that star lie the ages impearled, and that song from afar has swept over the world. Every heart is aflame, and the beautiful sing in the homes of the nations that Jesus is King. We rejoice in the light, and we echo the song that comes down through the night from the heavenly throng. Aye, we shout to the lovely evangel they bring, and we greet in his cradle our Savior and King.
Let Christmas morn no murky clouds pursue thy way. Thy light was born where storm and frost, nor dawn nor day. Dear Christ,
dialect poem, The Newsboy's Christmas, by Len Spencer. Say, Doctor, do you know old Santa Claus that some folks knows so well? I've been looking for 'em every year, longer than I can tell. But somehow or rather when Christmas comes, he skips another way. Say, Doctor, is it true for keeps he's got a reindeer sleigh? There's Tim, whose old man has to stand down by McGroin's saloon, and Petey Johnson, whose daddy is nothing but a coon. They know old Santa Claus, and Christmas time they get, oh, gee, a heap of things, but I ain't in it yet. You see, I ain't got no mother, and I never had no dad, and selling papers ain't no stint, and now me health is bad. Why is it boys that have the stuff and loads of friends and things can give old Santa Claus the bluff and get everything he brings? You'll introduce them to me. Say, this ain't no common steer you're giving me now. On the straight, will you fix it sure this year? But perhaps he wouldn't like to meet a little kid like me. So, Doctor, maybe you'll see him and tell him just how it be. And get the things and bring 'em here, you will? Oh, gee, you're square. But won't the fellas pop their eyes when they see the stuff and stare? I'll divvy with you, Doc, sure, for the trouble you've had. And say, just bring his picture, too. I want to see it bad. But when the morn was breaking, clear with the Christmas light, he didn't need the picture, for he'd found him in the night.
There's a stranger at the door. Let him in. He has been there oft before. Let him in. Let him in ere he is gone. Let him in the holy
darling. Here's a letter for Miss Katrina Schweineknuckle.
Oh, that's me. It's a letter from mine fella Heine Schneider. Is there any answer?
No, your pretty smile's the answer.
Oh my, it's a Valentine. What a pretty smell. And here is something written on it. What is this? Of you love you like I love me, no knife can cut our love together. I'll be up to the house tonight. Oh, that's just like Heine. I'm so happy I could sing. My Heine is a sailor, and he sails the sea across. He is captain of a whaler, and of everything he is born. I know my Heine loves me when he is far away, and I love Heine also, and to him I do say.
What do you say, Katrina, huh?
Oh, Heine, you frighten me so I am afraid.
Afraid you will lose me, yeah?
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 Oh, nein. Oh, Heine, why you didn't answer my letter?
Your letter, where did you send it to, huh?
Captain Heine Schneider, Atlantic Ocean.
Atlantic Ocean? By Jiminy, I get that letter next time I go in swimming. Katrina, say, tell me once, what was in the letter, huh?
I said, Heine, oh Heine, I love but you. No one can cut our love has been true. Heine, oh Heine, if you will be mine, I promise to stick to you just like glue. Heine, I'm tiny, long side of you, but I forgot that it's big and true. Heine, oh Heine, if you should decline me, I'll jump in the ocean and swim out to you.
I didn't know that you could swim. I know that you can dance, so come, put your chubby arms around me and we dance together.
Oh, Heine, don't squeeze me so. Oh, Heine.
darling, I'm home at last.
What kept you so long, Michael?
I stopped at Cassidy's coming home.
Poor Cassidy is in hard luck, ain't he?
Hard luck?
Sure, and didn't his wife leave him?
Yes, but he's in worse luck now.
How so?
She came back again this morning.
Sure, Michael, if ever you'd leave me, I'd miss you.
I wish you'd miss me when I'm here.
What do you mean?
I mean, I wish you'd miss me when you throw the pots, kettles, and pans at me.
Sure, and you didn't talk like that when you courted me.
Nora, no, them were happy days. Do you remember the time when first I met you? When first we met was in Irish Town. Your name was Nora Ann McGowan. Do you mind?
Sure, and I do.
When you smiled, it was delight. I saw our wedding day in sight. When I told you you were sweet, you hooked your arm in mine and then you cried.
Did I cry?
Did you cry? Why don't you remember what you said through your pretty tears when I asked you to be me wife?
Sure, and I do. I said, Murphy, sure I can't resist your eyes, Murphy. You have got me hypnotized, Murphy. I'm as proud as I can be. Mrs. Murphy is the name for me.
Yes, and it's proud you ought to be, for the Murphys were descended from kings in Ireland. Sure, and I wish I was back.
Why did you ever leave?
Because I couldn't have me own way.
Well, by the looks of you, you've had it.
Is that so? Well, I'll have you to know I was well off before I married you. It's common talk that you married me for me money.
Sure, and I did, but look what I had to marry to get it.
Is that so? Well, it's mighty sorry I am, for since I paid the parson's fee, the boss of all you want to be dad.
Sure, and I am the boss.
All the housework I must do, you make me cook the breakfast too, but I let you have your way because I'm thinking of the day you said.
Never mind what I said, I'm angry with you.
Oh, come now, Nora Acushla. Can't we live together without fighting?
No, not happily.
Well, we'll stop for the once. Come lay your pretty teddy head on me manly breast. That's it. Kiss me. Again. Now then, look into me eyes and tell me again what you said.